Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Community Works. I'm Bernadette Welsh, your host. Now, normally on Community Works, we interview folks that are involved with local nonprofits here in Connecticut, but we have a special thing for you today. Today, the supporter is from Connecticut, but the charity that we're talking about is based out of our country. It's called the Purple Heart Project. So I'm so excited to have somebody that a lot of you know, Dr. Barry Weiss, who is a great supporter of the Purple Heart Project, and he's going to tell us all about it. So welcome to the show, Barry.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay, so you know folks need to be introduced to the Purple Heart Project.
Sure.
So could you tell us about the mission?
Sure. Well, Purple Heart, as some might know, is a type of wood, and also Purple Heart, obviously, with the military and the award and whatnot. So it kind of goes together. And the Purple Heart Project is something that has been started by a woodworker by the name of Rob Kosman, who runs a woodworking school up in, as you said, New Brunswick, Canada. And he came up with the idea of starting this charity to get veterans that have PTSD, or I should say suffer from PTSD, to go there for a week to learn hands-on woodworking. So no machines. Now I do a lot of machine work and whatnot,
Okay.
but there they really train the hand, as Mr. Kosman says, to get vets to go there who have PTSD to learn how to work with their hands, because for some reason, as we discussed before, it's therapeutic for them. It's helpful for them. It takes them into a different space that is not the space that it can be the scary space they sometimes find themselves in.
Oh, for sure that they do. So it's serving someone who has served our country.
Correct.
And giving them maybe an outlet for hopefully to develop a talent that will take them from being in this one place to being in a better place.
Correct.
Okay, I think that's great. That's a great mission. So how do they do this? I mean, what's their method? How do they help veterans through woodworking?
Yeah, so I believe that they, and it's on the website, that people can apply, people can nominate other people to apply and receive, sort of a scholarship to go there for about a week.
Okay.
To get hands-on training, to get the tools they need, lodging, food, everything, I believe, to the works, for about a week to train their hand and train their mind to be able to do things like making dovetails or box joints and, all sorts of neat things where they can focus their energy and focus their concentration on working with their hand and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that's great. So it's traditional woodworking.
Correct.
No machines, just
Correct.
Because back in the day, right, furniture wasn't made with a machine.
Yeah.
It was made with tools.
Yeah.
And we've lost that.
Yeah.
We've lost that.
And the noise of the machines and whatnot.
Yeah. I could see where if somebody was, dealing with things that are of the mind, that too much noise is just not. It's just not good. It's not soothing. It's not helpful.
Sure.
So why would they do that to them? That wouldn't be very good. So I think they not only learn skills, but do they make friends?
I'm sure that they do. I'm sure that they, make, puts them in an environment of their peers and whatnot. I'm sure they do. I've never been there.
Okay.
I plan on going one day, of course,
That would be so cool.
Yeah,
We should have a field trip.
Yeah. And if you go to their website, I think he's been doing it for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And they have like a wall of fame of pictures of people who've been there, and they certainly look like they have a good time. And I can imagine that anytime you put people together with other people who are suffering from what, mutual suffering, there's a camaraderie, I'm sure there's deep, long-lasting friendships
and they feel comfortable with one another.
Sure.
Because we were talking before the show about the stigma that a lot of Americans put on any kind of mental illness. Yeah. And when you're with people that are just like you, that takes that all away.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Nobody's different. We're all in the same pot. And I think that what Ron has done is just doing that for them.
Correct.
We're all together in this. We're all together in this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, seeing we've been talking around this, is we're going to show the folks a video that is really super duper.
Great.
With explaining how this whole thing works. So my wonderful director, Victor, would you please roll that video for us?
Hi, welcome to our shop. I'm Rob Cosman.
And I'm retired Colonel Luther Sheely.
We run a program where we serve combat wounded veterans in something called the Purple Heart Project, also known as PHP.
Now, the mission of PHP is to introduce mentally or physically combat wounded warriors who are still suffering from the negative effects of combat to the joy and peace that can be found through the therapy of hand tool woodworking.
Now, we're not doctors. We have no expertise in treating those types of people, but what we do have expertise in is woodworking and teaching others how to do it. This is traditional hand tool woodworking, so think about how a piece of furniture might have been built a couple hundred years ago. Those are the skills that we're imparting for these combat wounded individuals, and the results we see as they get into this are amazing. When we take one of them and teach them how to do something like cutting a dovetail, which is all handwork, it literally takes them to a different space, a place of peace and comfort and joy.
So I like the way you say it, no dust,
No danger, no noise.
So this really is focused hand tool woodworking. And so, if they feel like they're going into a bad place or need some time, this gives you somewhere to focus your mind.
I have a friend that actually labeled it quiet woodworking, and that's truly what it is. You want me to go through what we do?
Sure.
It's Monday, and it's a long day. We run this class for 6 days, Monday through Saturday. We're in the shop from about 8:15 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. Monday is all on sharpening. These are all hand skills. We're not using jigs, planes, chisels, saws. Tuesday we learn to cut dovetails. Wednesday we learn to use planes so we can process a rough board and make it flat, smooth, and square on all 6 surfaces. Thursday we start working on a project. We also learn mortise and tenon, more dovetails on Friday, and on Saturday another version of a mortise and tenon, and finish the project. When you're done, you take home enough skills and tools that you could literally build a small piece of furniture in a room as small as a spare bedroom.
So the way the program works is combat wounded warriors, they fill out an application, and we give 36 scholarships. We pay for everything. Bring the wounded warriors who are selected up here to Rob's workshop in Grand Bay, Canada, and they participate in Rob's Train the Hand workshop.
Yeah, it's something that you can help. There's 3 ways that you can help us. The most important is to help us find the people who really need this. They tend to isolate themselves, and usually they only find out about it through a close relative or friend. So spread the word, please. Second, this is an expensive proposition, and if you want to help us out, in fact, we finance this primarily through the sale of our own tools and from individuals who just feel the need and want to contribute. And third, in every class there are 6 civilian spots and 6 veteran spots. We need those 6 civilians to be the type that are really interested in this, get along well with other people, and you actually become an integral part in the healing process that takes place. And it's all done by accident. Appreciate your support. The results we see are absolutely phenomenal. To be part of it is an experience that you will remember the rest of your life. Thanks for helping.
Well, wasn't that an interesting video, Barry? I've watched it several times since you sent it to me.
Yeah.
And what I like most about it is their gentle approach.
Sure.
And the fact that they're working with those tools.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to watch them learn to sharpen the tools and make a dovetail and then make something. That is really neat. And the fact that he had the gentleman with him who was from the military. So it's like, again, when you're with a group of men, they see themselves in both these guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I just thought that was really good. I really enjoyed the video. Okay, so I don't know, did you serve in the military, Barry?
I did not.
No.
No.
So how did you get involved with a charity that helps veterans?
No, good question.
How do you support them? What do you do?
Yeah. Well, I got into woodworking because I was looking for a hobby, about 10, 11 years ago or so, I realized that, the kids are getting a little bit older. They don't need me as much. I'm having a little bit more free time, and what am I going to do?
Right, what are you going to do?
And so, I stumbled upon it by actually just, there was a place in Norwalk. It's closed since then, but it was called the Woodworkers Club. And they do classes and whatnot. It's like, I always said, it's like a gym for woodworkers. In other words, you buy a membership at a gym, you go and you use their machines.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
Cool.
You buy a membership there, you go and you can, do things there. So I signed up for a class on how to make a bench and really just got the basics down. And from there, and with YouTube, you could really learn a lot.
Yeah.
So the first thing I did was, of course, build the workshop in my basement, which took a while.
Okay.
And then started figuring out, what do I want to do? And what am I going to build? And why am I building? Who am I going to build for? And in doing so and watching a lot of the YouTube videos, I came across Rob Kosman, amongst many others. There are many videos. But Rob's has the most detail, the most longest, most educated ones, videos that I've found out there. And so I really learned from him and started doing things. And then I saw on his website that he started this charity called the Purple Heart Project. And I thought, that kind of can complete the circle. So I learned from him. I build stuff, I could sell it, and I could donate the money to his charity, since I don't have the time or the energy to start my own charity. But I could do, the next best thing. And so that's kind of like been the motivation or the mission and whatnot to, in addition, build stuff for myself or for some friends and family and whatnot. But, for the most part, I try and currently building up an inventory of things like we'll show, to go to maybe a craft fair one day and just try and get as much for it as I can.
Right, because we were talking again before the show that people are not willing to pay. If you say, this is the hours I put and these are the materials and so this is what I want, they'll go, really?
Correct.
No, I don't think so. I'll buy a cigar box and stick stuff in there.
Exactly,
So it's good.
And you could give it away,
Yes,
and that's fun.
That's
fun.
Gifts are a gift. A gift is a gift.
Is a gift, and especially something that's handmade and whatnot.
It's a work of art, actually.
And the things that I've made for other people, I always find, it's interesting because as you're making it, you're always thinking about, that person or whatnot, And sometimes you just want to make it and just get rid of it to stop thinking. But it, same thing with this. You're making something to sell for somebody else who I don't even know, but can imagine.
Yeah, for sure. You could imagine all kinds of people that you've met throughout your lifetime and thinking, well, I'll make this as if I were making it for my uncle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that's that. I think that's kind of cool too. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, I wrote here, you learn, you make, you generate money, and then you give it away.
And I give it away.
Aren't you a sweetheart? Yeah. Okay, so now let's see what you've made. So now my wonderful director, Victor, is going to show the folks some of Barry's amazing works of art out of wood. They're just beautiful. So, Victor? Okay, Barry, what are we looking at? Look at that.
So I do a few of these, which are keepsake boxes that look like a bow and ribbon and bow.
I know.
As if it's a present, And these are great because the sky's the limit in the sense of you can make the ribbon and the bows whatever design you want.
I know, but it's wood. It's all wood.
It's wood, right?
It's all wood.
And some of them that you'll see are made with dyed veneer.
Okay, so can we see another one? Next. Okay, look at that.
Such as this one. That's dyed veneer that I buy from a particular website and glue it up as a laminate with thin slices of maple and then carve out the ribbons and the bows as you see and then glue it all together,
it's beautiful.
In addition to the box frame, so.
And what kind of wood is the actual box made out of?
That one is walnut. I've used a nice wood called sapele. some maple, some cherry,
Okay.
some mahogany, some
Ever use that
bubinga.
purple? Ever use that purple wood?
I've used the Purple Heart, but not as a complete
Right.
box.
As
know.
a something.
But some of the
something else.
exotic woods like that,
Yeah, they must
know,
be pricey.
they're pricey and they don't necessarily hold their color
Oh,
completely, and they don't do well in their non-natural environments.
Okay, got
so
it.
it could be good for accent stuff, but
got it.
you
Got
know.
it. Okay, do we have another one? Look at that.
So that's a patient of mine gave me this wood called spalted maple.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the spalted, it's like when the maple tree is close to dying and it's got
Okay.
mold going through it, and if you catch it at the right time, it has these great like lines through it that are really neat. And so he gave me a piece like that, and then I took some maple and what's called wenge, which is also a wood that comes from Africa, and glued those up together and made the bows and whatnot. And that's my latest one. that I
Okay,
really
cool.
like. Yeah.
Oh, look at that one.
Yeah.
That I think that is so sweet.
Yeah.
Because you see the depth of the box, so you could fit a little
Correct.
more in that one, Barry.
Correct. And I don't know if we have pictures of it, might show it, but this is one that has like wooden hinges to it. It's, rather than being a lift-up box,
It's got a hinge?
There's hinges on the inside that are made of wood, and that was my COVID project.
Oh, okay.
When we were all locked down, I made wooden hinges. Which is
Okay, very good. All right, so I think we've got, that's the other one again that we've already seen.
Yeah.
I think we also, okay, what is this picture? I love it.
Yeah, these are the vets that are a class from Rob's woodworking school that
What are they holding?
they're holding planes, woodworking planes that carve.
Oh,
that
yes,
flatten the
yes,
wood.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
You're
yes.
just seeing the bottom of it. and
Okay.
the little blade there.
And I think we have one more picture. Okay, that veteran is in a wheelchair. And the guys look like they're boring holes.
Yeah, I'd have to. I think he's working with a chisel.
Oh, he's working with
Yeah.
a chisel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right, we're back. We're back.
Hey.
We're back. Oh, there you go. Okay, so thank you for sharing your beautiful artwork with me.
Sure.
I got Barry to promise that he'd make me one if I gave a donation to Purple Hearts Project, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a donation. I'm going to get a beautiful work of art, and I think that's amazing. Now, if you'd like to help the Purple Art Project, you could do that too, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But we've been talking around this concept of why working with your hands helps veterans or anybody with bad experiences. And could you speak a little bit to that?
Yeah.
Like, what's the psychology behind it?
Well, I'd like to know myself. There must be something to it, because that's what people tend to do, I think, sometimes without even really knowing why they're doing it, why they gravitate towards, whether it be painting or pottery or knitting. My mother's a big knitter. Gardening, there's something about focusing on the task at hand, concentrating on it, and having that creative process that must be, kind of soothing, and fulfilling.
For sure.
Yeah. And I kind of noticed that myself.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, I would do projects around the house, and then when it was done, it was like, gee, I'm kind of like looking for something else to do, and something to keep your mind off of the stresses of everyday life.
For sure.
And so, as I said, when I found woodworking, it was a great match, And the nice thing about working with wood is that if you're not, a particularly artistic person like me, the wood always makes you look better than you are, because it's wood and it's beautiful. And I've always liked, certain things like the background behind you right here, cherry woods or, various things. So that's the nice thing about working with wood,
Yeah.
as opposed
You
to
bring out
painting.
the beauty. You bring out the beauty of it. do you
Correct.
think?
Yeah,
Yes?
I think so. I think we
Yeah.
all can, as opposed to painting that really, takes true talent. You
Yeah,
know.
for sure. Which I don't have. I don't either.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I
neither do
like.
I.
I have my gardening.
Sure.
Every spring I plant things, and when the seed comes up to the ground, I go, "Wow, look at that! How did that happen? Isn't that
And
amazing?"
to yourself, you say, "Hey, I did that."
Yeah, I
you
did
know.
that, and then we're going to
that-
eat it
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Or give it away.
or give it away. Yeah, well, green beans. How many green
How many
beans
gr-
can
yeah,
you
sure.
eat?
Yeah.
They all come to fruition at the
Yeah.
same time. You got to give it
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
So you give me $1, I'll give you some green
Yeah,
beans.
yeah. Well, it's good old-fashioned barter.
I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
I love it. Okay, on a more serious
Yeah.
note, we've also talked about the mental health of veterans and the fact that why do they need Rob's help? And there's a startling statistic that you shared with me. I think you should share it with our viewers.
Yeah, I think it's about 17 suicides a day.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
are
you
veterans.
wrote
Yeah.
down here for me that according to the Veteran Administration News 2025 annual report, 6,398 U.S. military veterans died by suicide just in the year of 2023, and that works out to about 17 and such veteran suicides every day.
Every
folks.
day. Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
So anything that we could do to help anyone who's suffering, but especially our veterans who served our country and then came back not quite as the same man or woman that went in. So
Yeah.
for sure. So that's the okay, let's try that again. The statistic is what stands behind real human beings.
Absolutely.
Real
Yeah.
human beings.
Yeah.
All right. And when wartime demons occupy your mind, you gotta figure out a way to carry on.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
woodworking, way to carry on.
That's just another, aspect of working with your hands and working with your project, working by yourself, focusing on something to look forward to after a hard day of work, something to accomplish. There's a tremendous amount of fulfillment,
Yeah.
that comes from whatever it is somebody decides they want to focus on.
For sure. It takes you out of yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so this must not be cheap, this whole week in New Brunswick, Canada. And Barry says that they pay for travel, meals, lodging, tuition, a full set of professional grade hand tools, and they even send them a workbench.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
not cheap.
That's not cheap.
So how do we do this? I know what you do. You make things, you sell things, and you send them the money.
That's
what
it.
about the rest of us that can't make these wonderful things?
Sure.
What do we do?
Well, they can go to the website.
Yes.
They can make donations of their choice,
Yes.
That's all easily done on their website.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to put the website information on our screens after the program so that you could go and make that donation. And the other thing I learned on the website is that you can apply for a fundraising thing. So you got to go
Yes.
through the PHP folks, tell them what you want to do and how you want to do it, and have a bake sale or, do something and then send the money in. So
Correct.
that's another thing that I learned going on the website. A lot of cool pictures, too, of men doing what they do.
Yes.
And so that's another reason to go on the website. Very good. All right. And that's where the money comes from, right?
I believe so.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It just
yeah.
can't be cheap.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's cheap at all. And to be honest, I don't really know exactly where Rob Kosman gets a lot of his funding. If it's just individual people like myself who donate or whatnot,
Yeah.
or does he get corporate donations?
He might.
He
He
might.
might.
Yeah.
But at least on the website, you'll
Yeah.
be able to make your own personal donation and also watch this program and share this program. It's going to be on YouTube so that you could share help Barry's mission to help the Purple Heart Project by spreading the word around, because that's the other thing they asked you to do on the website is like spread the word.
Yep.
So that's what we're going to do. That's why we're doing this TV show.
Yeah.
So, applications So if you want to write Barry, know of a veteran,
I believe you can. There's an application for your, if someone wants to apply for it. But there's also a nominating application where you can put down the name of somebody who you know who would benefit from it.
right?
And I don't know what their process is for selecting who to pick or whatnot.
Yeah.
But you know,
Because we don't even know how many of these weeks that they have available. But the more money they have, obviously, the more weeks they could do, and the more
Correct.
veterans they can help.
correct.
So that's
Yeah.
another reason why you should give money to the Purple Heart Project. Yes. So go to the website, donate, and learn how to do an appropriate fundraising event.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and I have spent this whole time talking about creativity and the helping your mind. And so to get ready for the show, I went on AI and I asked AI, how does working with your hands help your peace of mind? And of course, they gave me answers. And it all validates what Barry has been telling us about. So it told me that it helps by lowering stress hormones, interrupting anxious thoughts, restoring a sense of personal control, right? You have to make something like Barry does. It brings attention to the present moment and the physical world, making your wonderful boxes.
Yeah.
And then creating something tangible can lead to a sense of accomplishment and self-esteem. And you've experienced all of that, haven't you?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's rewarding is the process that you go through.
Yeah.
People see an end result or something, but it's the trial and error and the failures that you go through to get to the final stage that is really the rewarding part. And you don't really, when you're younger, you don't realize that the mistakes are really
Good things.
blessings, are really good things.
Yeah.
And you get frustrated and quit or whatnot. But as you get older, I think you realize that those mistakes are really valuable. And if you keep at it, and
Yeah.
try and try and try, and
Yeah.
then
Okay, so we
yeah.
learn more from our failures than we do from our successes. And now Victor has told me that I have got to end this wonderful program. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show the website. I hope you've learned a lot about how woodworking can help veterans and help Barry with doing his thing. I garden, people knit. It's all good stuff, but we're helping the veterans with this show. So thank you very much for watching our show. Barry, thank you for being on here.
thank you for having me.
You're welcome, because when people help their neighbors, everybody benefits.
Yeah.
We'll see you again next time.